down below if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page. Keep pounding in all caps for in-game post polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL news, such as scheduling for the channel and for the Iowa Sports app. Keep pounding Fantasy Football League. Don't forget to check out Monster Sub and Grub out in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Get yourself some tasty subs on game day and celebrate.
Take the next left onto Cherry Hill Road. In a quarter mile, turn right onto Royal Oak Road.
Oh, I thought my speaker was on. That joke was crazy, man. It sounded like it was coming through my speaker. Anyway. Man, how about that Victory Tuesday?
In 800 feet, turn left onto Miller Road.
Victory Tuesday, man. Victory Tuesday. Ah, it's a sweet feeling.
At the stop sign, turn left onto Miller Road.
Man, I gotta say, man, after week 6, the future of the Carolina Panthers is strong. We are starting to become the team that I thought we were going to become. And I could not be happier, because this is what I've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been sitting here waiting patiently for us to be able to use this talent. And it took forever. It did. And one might wonder if we were ever going to be able to use our talent fully this year. You know, after week 4. So,
in a quarter mile, turn right onto Old Mill Road.
And we said, hold up. Is this the beginning of something new? The fourth quarter of that Arizona game, we finally found ourselves. Fucking fly.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Old Mill Road.
We finally found ourselves as a team, man. And we saw flashes in the pan in the Arizona fourth quarter game of that game. And I said, hold up. Is this something?
Continue on Miller Road for 3/4 of a mile.
I didn't want to believe it. Nobody in this fan base wanted to believe it until we saw the Dolphins game. You know, that Dolphins game is the one that convinced us, I think. Because, yeah, we're like, all right, now we put together a full 4-quarter game and we got the dub out of it. Now what? What's the next step? The next step is building on that and getting another win, doing the same exact thing we just did. You know?
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Murray Drive.
And there's certain elements of both wins that were evident in both games, such as the defensive line shutting down the run game for less than 50 yards in both games. You know, then you have...
Take the next right onto Murray Drive.
Y'all can't hear my directional GPS, can you? I hope not. But, you know what's fun? Is recognizing these elements.
In a quarter mile, turn left to stay on Murray Drive.
You had Bryce Young actually not throwing a pick in this game. You know, that pick was not his fault in this game.
At the stop sign, turn left to stay on Murray Drive, then turn right onto US 276 North Main Street.
Y'all better quit right now. Because Bryce is Bryce. You know what I'm saying? Bryce is Bryce. He's going to make mistakes. He's not Cam Newton. But, did he throw a legitimate pick? No, he did not.
At the stop sign, turn right onto US 276 North Main Street.
I don't want to hear it this week. Y'all just can't enjoy a win. These people don't know how to enjoy a win. The rest of us are like, yeah, man. Let me find out. This team's finally found ourselves, man. You know? And I'm like, okay.
Make a U-turn.
Look at the progress that we have made in the last 2 weeks. It's spectacular.
Make a U-turn.
I could
Make
not
a
be happier,
U-turn.
man. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Because now we know
In 800
exactly
feet,
where
make a
our Achilles
U-turn.
heel is. It is Nick Scott. And it is currently Mike Jack on that defense. Which, at any point, Mike Jack could turn it back around. I just want to remind y'all about that. Because this man, if you remember his win percentage last year, it was one of the top 10 in the league.
Make a U-turn.
For a number 2 corner. Nobody wanted to test this dude last year. Can he
In a
become
quarter
that
mile,
same corner
turn right
again?
onto
I
West
think
Butler
so.
Road.
I legit think so. We just have to put in the work, man. That's what it is. Is the gas station open? Are they open? Yeah, they're open. Alright, let me get some gas real quick. What's up, Marcos? But yeah, give me just 1 minute, y'all. I gotta get gas and I'm heading to Atlanta. I'm heading to enemy territory, y'all, in my Panthers gear. BRB, y'all. Get this gas, take gear up. All right, guys. All right. We gassed up and we're ready to head to Atlanta. Let's talk, gentlemen and ladies, about this amazing Panthers team. while we travel.
Continue on US 276 North for 3 miles.
Man. What's going on? Do you... Oh, you filled it up. Big money. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's what happens when you work, man. That's what happens when you deliver food. You get money. I shouldn't say anything. Alright, fair. Fair. But, you know what? You know what? This team has finally found who they are. And we're talking about a team that understands that you cannot back down. You have to play 4 whole quarters of football. You have to do the things that are necessary to win. You know, so oh, you out in Western North Carolina? That's what's up. That's what's up, homie. Yeah, I'm heading to Atlanta. I'm heading to enemy territory, y'all. Home of the Dirty Birds, who we just destroyed. Let's go. I'm wearing full Panthers gear in Atlanta. You already know. We letting them know we standing on business. We letting them know we back. This team is back. Ah! Man, it feels good, y'all. It feels good. And we standing on another win with the Jets coming up. Man, I got to tell you about this Panthers team. Let me tell you about this Panthers team. Let me tell you about this Panthers team. We're looking good, man. And I think if we could beat the Green Bay Packers and we could beat the Rams, we are back on schedule for 9 wins. Keep your eyes peeled out there. Can't trust them dirty birds, Marcos. Yeah, facts. Facts, bro. They might try to jump me downtown Atlanta. They might try to jump me, man. I ain't gonna let them know. I ain't gonna let them. I can handle my business, man. Them Falcons fans want to throw hands. I can throw hands too. Man, I ain't trying to do all that though. I ain't trying to do all that. That's not the reason I'm there. I'm there to go pick up a friend and go hang out today. That's traveling through. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. His name's Jeremy. He was hanging out with me doing gaming streams. So, he's been on stream before. But, yeah, I'm picking him up at the bus stop, man. He's traveling on through. And he's going to Florida. I'm not going to say where in Florida, but he is going to Florida. But, that's the real reason I'm heading to Atlanta. But I'm going to laugh at some Falcons fans along the way, though. That's exactly what I'm going to do. But you know what? We can't really laugh at them too much because they just beat the Bills. But here's the thing, though. It just exposed the Bills. See, that's what people don't understand about that game. It exposed the Bills. They are now beatable. They're beatable. And we see them in 2 weeks. This is perfect timing. You know what? Atlanta, you guys just did us a favor. You know what? I'm going to back off of y'all today. I'm going to let y'all leave. I'm going to let y'all breathe today. because y'all just did us a favor. You showed us exactly how to beat Buffalo. And with our team playing the way it is, that just opened a massive door for us to send a message around the league that we are officially back. And we are not going anywhere. And this team will play for a division title. I'm saying it now. We will play for a division title if we continue playing the way we are. All we got to do is beat either the Bills or the Rams to get back on track. And at this point, I'm putting Green Bay on that list too. Because Green Bay, that game is going to play exactly like the Dallas game, except you have Micah Parsons with slightly better pass rushers and slightly better corners. That's exactly what we're dealing with. Mark my words, they can be beaten too. They can be beaten too. So, Packers fans, don't think you guys are invincible right now. Because if y'all come into that game thinking you're invincible, remember Dallas put up 40 points.
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to take the ramp to Atlanta.
Remember, Dallas put up 40. Y'all don't have a defense right now.
Use the right lane to take the ramp to
That's
Atlanta,
right.
then merge onto I-85 South.
We ain't just looking at ourselves anymore. We're looking at other teams because we have found ourselves. And it's a fun thing when you get a W on the board and you can just scream. You can just scoreboard watch, man. You can just scoreboard watch and not even have to worry about a thing that week. That's a fun,
Continue on I-85 South for 146 miles.
That's a really fun thing. And I'm looking at this team like, can we really get 9 wins? Is this really going to happen? Can we have a legitimate 9-win season and actually take back the division crown or have a shot at it? It's looking like it, folks. I'm not gonna lie to you. This schedule is looking more and more favorable by the week as the NFL keeps balancing itself out. And we are reaching our peak at just the right time. We are finding ourselves in exactly the right time to where all these teams are starting to become vulnerable. They're starting to show us their weaknesses. They're starting to show us their Achilles heels. And we can take full advantage of that. And I gotta say, man, once we get Corbett back, I think this offensive line will be solidified. Although I would rather have Cade Mays out there. But see, the thing is, you can put Cade Mays out there at right guard and you can move Brady Christensen to right tackle. Therefore, it does not disrupt in our chemistry. Y'all see what I mean? Those guys will still be working together and still opening up lanes. Because right now, it's Cade Mays, Brady Christensen, and Damian Lewis opening up these lanes. Make no mistake about it. And everybody that's been lined up next to Josh Neiman has been helping out with the guard pull and opening up the lanes for Rico to do his thing. People keep crediting Rico, but y'all are forgetting to credit the offensive line too. These guard pulls are something of beauty. I'm trying to tell you. This is 2 weeks in a row. I have not seen anything like that.
There are police reported ahead.
It's been since 2015 since we've had guard bulls like that. I'm like, what? Let me mess around and find out whether we got one of the best, probably the best running back room in the league. I'm saying it. We got the best running back in the league. Running back room. You're matching, what's his name that went to the Eagles? Shoot. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That's been tearing up the league. We're matching him? Dude. Think about this, man. You got Rico tearing it up with 200 yards a game. You got Chuba Hubbard, who was tearing it up with 150 yards a game. And now you've got Jonathan Brooks waiting in the wings. And we haven't even tested him yet. Oh, y'all. This running back room is goated. This running back room is goated. It is straight goated. Anybody that doesn't believe that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Because you ain't gonna believe it. Because if people don't believe that, they're focused on what only they want to believe in and what they want to focus on. Their tunnel vision on whatever they want. You know, and that ain't the vision that we see. We see a vision.
There are police reported ahead.
That is tearing up the league. I mean, yes, we did beat a Dolphins team that is struggling. Do we hit deep work, you know, on defense? Sure. But you got to remember, a lot of those points came in garbage time against Miami. Oh, the police using 4 trucks now? When did that become a thing? Anyway, yeah, man, like, do we need work on this defense? Sure. And that's Evero, you know. And since we brought this up, I want to point this out. We had a players-only meeting by the defensive line.
There's an object on road ahead.
And the thing is, only once we started getting out of that players-only meeting, that's when they started having success. Because it sparked everybody around them. Everybody. Rico sparked himself. But everybody else was sparked by that D-line. And when they started doing their thing, man, it was a thing of beauty, man. It really was. What are you doing, bro? What the fuck? What are you doing? Pick a lane, dog. Man, get me out of this lane. I don't trust this fool. I don't trust this fool. Get me out of this lane. Sorry, y'all. Dumb drivers, right? Bro, what are you doing? To it. Back to the... Let's go. So...
There's an object on road ahead.
We had a players-only meeting. That's what sparked everything. That Gyro was not involved. Dave Canales was not involved. Brad Isaac was not involved. Players-only meeting. Means players-only meeting. And when you look at the results of that players-only meeting, it sent shockwaves. throughout the whole roster. The whole roster. I mean, look at Pat Brown. Look at Rose Blue. Neither one of them were doing anything before that. And that inspired them to play better because all the people around them were playing better. Do y'all remember back in 2015 and 16 when Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis were inspiring everybody to play better around them? Every week they would inspire these guys to play better around them. And it would spread like wildfire. That's what I like, man. I like that we're getting back to that type of football because that's what I want to see on this field. That's what I want to see. When the players are self-motivated and the coaches aren't teaching them, that's all they got to do. Just get on the field and do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
There are police reported ahead.
Just get on the field and do your thing, man. And they didn't. I don't know if Bryce was listening to me, but if he was, thank you. Thank you, Bryce, for finally saying, okay, enough is enough, Dave Canales. We got to do something more than this play calling because it ain't working. So guess what? Here comes a ton of audibles. He started reading the field. He started understanding, okay, this is the coverage they're in. This is the type of pass rush they're in. This is, you know, all the stuff that you're dealing with. And it was finally like, okay.
There are police reported ahead.
The light bulb turned on for this offense, and I'm trying to tell you, Ted McMillan got his first touchdown on Sunday. Can we show some love to Ted, man? And he got not one but two. He said, bump redeeming myself. I'm going to get another one. He said, please, sir, can I have another? Woo! Man. These are the types of streams I like doing right here. This is... Y'all making me happy right now, Panthers. And when I do streams like this, it's just pure joy. It's joy, man. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart for my Carolina Panthers. Yeah. Man. You love to see what you're watching on screen on Sundays now. The Reaper is about to strike again in Dallas, man. That defensive coordinator's gone. He's gone. Dude, every single Cowboys fan is pissed at this defensive coordinator. His play calls were garbage. Garbage on Sunday. That was easy work for this offense. Bro, we treated that defense like it was the Falcons. It was beautiful. We executed everything we wanted to execute on that field. And I was like, man, imagine if we could do that every game. Even against really strong defenses. That day is coming sooner than you think, folks. It's coming sooner than you think. And it's about to happen against the Packers, and it's about to happen against the Bills. Mark my words on it. It's coming. Y'all can doubt us if you want to. But this team has just shown you we're not giving you a reason to doubt anymore. Doubt us all you want. Put us in a box. Tell us who we are. We love hearing that today. Because you know what? Every time you do that, We're going to come out there and show you who we actually are. We are not who you think we are. We even shut Stephen A. up, man. We shut Stephen A. Smith up and made him course correct on his words. I was like, what? Since when does this day happen? Bro, it does not happen very often. It's so rare. It is so rare, dog. I'll try to tell you, when I saw that video of Stephen A. Smith apologizing and giving us credit, bro, let me tell you, that lit a fire in me as a Panthers fan. That lit a fire in me. I was like, yes, that's how you know we're legit. When you shut Stephen A. Smith up and our Panthers marketing team trolls the heck out of him and he accepts the trolling, that's how you know we made it. We have found ourselves again. That's how you know people are taking us seriously now. I'm like, finally. It took us dinosaur years, but we finally got it. Better late than never. There is still a ton of time left in this schedule to start getting these dubs. And we started early this time. We learned from last year that if you start too late, that ain't it. You know what I mean? And lo and behold, what happens when we actually play 4 cold quarters of football? Lo and behold, what happens when we actually do what we're supposed to do? Lo and behold, what happens when Bryce Young grows a spine and decides to start audibling the ball and being his own man? Lo and behold, what happens when this offensive line is actually finding chemistry when you put Brady Christensen in, which I've been asking you to do since week 1. Bro, we could have been getting those yards from week 1. I'm trying to tell you, we could have been making those yards. It could have made a massive difference on some of these drives that we shot down and died, man. And threw it to the Wolves, to the other team. To Jacksonville, to Arizona, to New England. Bro, if this offensive line had been doing what they were supposed to do and had Brady Christensen in, I'm trying to tell you right now, from week 1, we would have never had that problem. We would have never had half the problems we did. And I told you, Zavala was untested. This dude was not ready for that. I warned y'all, and now you're finally listening. And you put Brady Christensen in the last 2 games, and look what happened. That line found the same chemistry they did last year. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that would have happened? After you watch game after game after game of Brady Christensen saving our butts, sitting right next to Cade Mays on that offensive line. I said, let me find out that you finally put Brady in. After sitting this dude on the bench for not 1 week, not 2 weeks, but 3 whole weeks, when we could have had him in there. Imagine the yardage we could have gotten out of these running backs in those 3 weeks. Just think about that for a minute. Imagine how many dead drives would have been resurrected because we did that. I'm just saying, think about it. What did we learn? What'd you learn, Dave? Because I think he's finally learned. He's finally starting to learn. Adapt to what we need to get these dubs. This is a player-led team, to let it be a player-led team. And it is. And he's letting them lead. Y'all remember Ron Rivera talking about that? In the interviews for 2015, that documentary? He was talking about let the players lead, you know? Every time we have had success as a franchise, it has been a player-led team. And look what is happening right now. It's player-led. The players only meeting by the linebackers and the defensive ends and the defensive linemen. Bryce leading the way as a player, finally saying, you know, enough is enough with this playbook. I've got to do something different. This isn't working. Player-led team. That's perfect examples of it right there. And whoever switched Rosebloom and Trevin Wallace's roles on that defense, brilliant. Brilliant move. I don't know who did it, but it worked. I want to give credit to whoever did that. If it happens to be a gyro, then it's a gyro. But I want to give proper credit to the person that did that. Because it's working. It woke up everybody around him in that linebacker room, and it made them say, oh hey, we can do more than this. We can do more than this, man, than what we've been doing in the first 4 weeks. Let's stop playing around. And let's actually play some freaking football. You know what I'm saying? Let's play some actual football. And lo and behold, Dallas was not expecting that when we came into that game. Dallas had no idea we were going to have that linebacking crew ready to play and actually doing the things that they were doing. You know, look at Rosebloom getting a pass deflection. I mean, what? They said Trevin Wallace can't cover anybody. BS. That dude got a pass deflection himself. Trevor said, stop narrating on me. He said, stop these narration bullcrap stories, man. I'm going to show you what I can do. I'm going to show you why you drafted me, man. I'm going to show you exactly why you drafted me. I'm like, dog. Go ahead then.
There are police reported ahead.
Go ahead then, Trevor. Everybody on that team, man, showed me exactly who they actually are this Sunday. And I could not be more happy. I'm telling you that right now. I could not be more happy. Because now we know exactly what we're dealing with. We know exactly how to course correct the things that are our Achilles weaknesses too. And I'm telling you, think about how many weaknesses we had last year compared to this year. At this time of the year. When we started finding ourselves as a team. You know, that Focus Friday in Germany, you know, that's coming up on November 8th. You better believe I'm doing a stream on that. We celebrating on that Focus Friday. Y'all better buckle up. This is about to be a fun stream. It's about to be a fun stream because we're gonna be talking about that Germany game. We're gonna be talking about the state of the Panthers right now. We're gonna be talking about a lot of fun things in that November 8th stream. Shoot, we might even play some Madden. Shoot, man. You know, just to celebrate, man. Nah, bump that. I'm gonna get some Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm gonna get some Krispy Kreme donuts for that one, man. Because we are still partnered with them. We just aren't doing the same promotion we were doing before. I found that out earlier this week. Y'all got me thinking about food. Sorry. Shoot. But yeah, back to what I was saying though. Look at all the weaknesses we had last year compared to now. That list has cut in half because of our off season and the rookies and the free agent pickups and the undrafteds. That we are using every single one of these people on this field. Every one of them. And I'm sitting here going, whoa. Like, is Dave Canellis like the best GM we've had so far? Could he possibly be? Time will tell. Time will tell. This is 2 amazing drafts that Dan has done so far. And we used, what, 4 out of the 6 out of the actual draft picks last year? And the ones that stood out weren't even freaking drafted players. They were undrafted players. Y'all remember Coker, man? Coker's coming back off that injury list soon. Oh, man, we have missed Coker. Imagine this offense with Coker in it, too. That's an extra 7 points right there. Because now you got an extra eye, an extra set of hands on that field that defenders have to look at. And they have to game plan around. They got to figure out what to do.
There are police reported ahead.
And I'm saying, okay, let me find out then, because we can put 37 on the board now. We can match some of these top teams offensively when we're playing terrible defenses. But when we're playing decent defenses, we score about 24 points, give or take, and that's the league average right now. So the offense is not the problem. It never was the problem this year, except for the New England game. And I've been trying to tell people that, you know, because I knew what talent we had. I knew what we had, but we just weren't doing what we were supposed to be doing because Dave Canales kept running these vanilla plays.
There are police reported ahead.
And Brad Isn't kept running these vanilla plays. So I was like, okay. How about we move these people around? How about Bryce gets to work on a audible scheme and it worked? It worked. Imagine that. The fact that you have 2 weeks in a row where these plays have worked is crazy work. That's crazy. That means Bryce actually does know what he's doing. He does know how to call plays, guys. Surprise, right? Surprise to all the Bryce haters. Oh, he can't call plays. He's so bad. He can't throw downfield. He can't do this. He can't do that. Oh, he's a midget. Man, stop telling me what Bryce can't do. Start telling me what he can do. Because this man can throw downfield. He can put up points on the board. He can use Tet. He can use Renfro in his short slant on a 4th down. He can do the things you are saying he can't do. So I don't want to hear all this stuff no more, man. Bryce haters, it's my turn to talk. Y'all had your say for the first 3 weeks. Y'all had your say. Now it's my turn. Bryce can do the things you are saying he cannot do. And I want to show you a couple of examples of that. One, the fourth down slant to Hunter Renfrow. And I'm going to get on the Hunter Renfrow haters too in just a second. Got a bone to pick with y'all too. Hold up. Because nah. You ain't getting away. I'm gonna throw smoke. If we're throwing smoke at my man Renfro, because this team is succeeding with Hunter Renfro. Oh, but Hunter can't do this. He can't do that. Then shut up. Miss me with all that. I've been watching this dude since he was in the orange and white in the Clemson uniform. You think I don't know what he can and cannot do? I've been trying to tell y'all what he can and cannot do. But some of y'all just tunnel vision on, oh, we got to hate on this player because he's not succeeding right now, immediately right now. All right. Anyway, back to Bryce. Back to the Bryce haters. Here we go. Y'all gonna hate this. He threw a perfect slant. 2.7 release time. Perfect accuracy. Right in between a double coverage. Right as the defender was crossing over from the right. Perfectly accurate, sharp throw on a slant. Oh, I'm sorry, but Bryce can't do something like that, right? Wrong. Wrong again. Sorry to sound like Trump here, but wrong. These Bryce haters just don't want to listen, man. They don't. They don't want to listen. They're so stuck in their tunnel vision of what they think Bryce is. And it's delusional. Alright, so here's another example. You look at Bryce Young. What was the example I was going to use? Hold on. Let me think about this for a second. What was I going to use? Bryce is now protecting the ball. That's one thing too. Bryce is protecting the ball. Oh, he can't throw a deep ball? Then what was that touchdown to Tet then? What was that touchdown to Tet McMillan then? Care to explain that one, Bryce haters? Yeah, exactly. Sit down. I'm not done. I'm not done. I ain't done with y'all yet. Now imagine if Bryce Young could work with Matt Ryan, and I know this is going to piss a lot of people off, but hear me out. Because y'all didn't want to hear me in the preseason about this. Now maybe you might want to hear me. Because Matt Ryan had the sharpest throw in release time out of at least 10 of the best quarterbacks in the league at the time. This dude's ability to not get blitzed was goated. Because his release time was 2.5. Think about that. 2.5 release time. What did I just say the Bryce's release time was? 2.7. If he can knock that down to 2.6 or 2.5, that blitz won't matter. Because Bryce, if Bryce can get that quick thinking, you know, on these wide receiver routes and read these routes a little quicker, that would cut down on that time. Once you've understood your playbook and you have memorized it and you have ran it about 15,000 freaking times, you know, and it's worked every single time. Look at how quickly these types of quarterbacks get the ball out when they have done that. Look at Peyton Manning. Look at Matt Ryan. Look at Drew Brees. Look at how quickly they get that ball out of there as soon as they spot the blitz. Now Bryce Young is starting to spot the blitz. Oh, but he can't spot a blitz. Yes, he can. Wrong again, Bryce haters. Wrong again. I ain't trying to be mean to y'all, but y'all gotta wake up and realize this is your quarterback. And he is going to start winning games. And the Bryce haters can't stand it. They can't stand it. Because this man is actually throwing darts. Oh, they can't stand it. It's so funny to me. It's so funny to me that when we lose, all you see is all these Bryce haters coming out of the woodwork. Oh, Bryce gonna do this, and there'll be like 1,000 freaking comments on the freaking social media pages. But will we win? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I don't see y'all nowhere. I don't see y'all nowhere. Oh, I'm sorry. Did he not do what you wanted him to do, which was fail? Is that what you wanted him to do? The times are changing in Carolina. I'm trying to tell you, they are changing. Bryce changed the play. And, you know, I'm not asking this dude to be Peyton Manning. All I'm asking him to do is just be the best version of himself. And he is being the best version of himself right now. Doing the things he just did in the last 2 games. Yeah, did he throw a pick against the Dolphins? Sure. Does he have weaknesses? Sure. He's not freaking Superman. That was Cam Newton. And y'all better stop acting like this dude is Cam Newton. I'm just saying, y'all need to stop acting like this dude is Cam Newton. And start doing your thing, man. Start letting this man do his thing. Because when you let this man do his thing, we start getting W's. You know what I'm saying? Like, the last 2 weeks, Bryce has done his thing, and we've got W's. And I'm looking at Rico like, it's time, bro. It's time. It is time for you to show out, and he is. Rico is him. There was an article suggesting that we trade Chuba Hubbard. I swear when I saw that in the team chat on Monday morning, I went, how about no? How about y'all put down whatever weed pipe y'all were smoking? Because it is messing up your brain cells. If you think we're trading Chuba anywhere.
There are police reported ahead.
Y'all must have lost your minds. That's wild. The fact that anyone would even entertain that idea in Carolina is wild at this point. Of Chuba being traded. Absolutely not. There's certain players on this team you do not even entertain the idea of a trade. And Chuba's one of them. Why do you think we signed him to an extension? We're not stupid, bro. What do you think? This is the 2022 Panthers again? No. Stop it. Media, stop it. Y'all think you can get away with what you got away with Adam Thielen again? Y'all must have lost your minds. Y'all must have lost your minds. We just got off a 2-game win streak and y'all want to trade. Man, media, take a backseat, bro, please. Last time I checked, y'all didn't run this team. We do. And right now, what we're doing is working. Don't tell us how to run our team. We know how to run our team. And right now, it's working. So take a back seat and stop posting that ridiculous garbage. Y'all just mad. Y'all just a bunch of haters, man. Y'all a bunch of haters. It must have been a Dallas fan that wrote that article. It must have been a Dallas fan. Because there ain't no way anybody in their right mind in Carolina would even consider remotely putting Chuba anywhere near that trading block. Y'all must be smoking that good stuff in Colorado. That's wild, bro. That's wild. You know, if I wasn't in such a good mood, I'd actually be pissed off at that. But, nah, I ain't gonna let it dampen my mood. I ain't gonna let that kill my mood, man. I ain't even gonna let that touch me, man. That's some media nonsense, man. Why y'all gotta do that right after we just get a 2-game win streak? Oh, I'm sorry, media. Are we not doing what you want us to do? Are we not sucking enough for you? Suck it up, Buttercup. And in the words of Rico, buckle up. Because we ain't done yet. We just getting started. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to clap back at that? Media. Come on now. Y'all been talking trash about us all year. Y'all been saying that we're a trash team. Oh, we're dumpster fire. Oh, we got to fire this person. We got to fire that person. Okay. This entire staff is still here. And we just won 2 games.
Welcome to Georgia.
How y'all feeling about that, media? How y'all feeling about that? Oh, I'm sorry. Are we not the bottom feeders you want us to be? Is the NFL not paying us enough to suck? Miss me with that. This team and these players are tired of losing. They said it themselves. We're tired of freaking losing. Come at me with some more nonsense like that, man. I'm gonna laugh at you. Bro. I'm not 100% on board with the gyro, to be honest with you. But for now, he has saved his job. I think the players saved his job. I'm going to say that clearly. I think the players saved his job. So y'all don't mix my words up. And the reason I say I think the players saved his job is because of the players only meeting that we had. And it worked. We got 2 sacks. And it inspired everybody on that defense. Except for apparently the next guy who thinks he's at jog practice, you know, and got lazy chasing after a ball carrier and give up 7 points. So I got a theory on Mike Jack, though. I got a theory on Mike Jack. Y'all stay right there because I'm going to talk about Nick Scott first. And now I'm going to come right back to
There's construction ahead.
Hold that thought on Mike Jack. Because I know everybody's going to want to talk about Mike Jack. Hold that thought. Now, let me deal with traffic real quick. I'm trying to get in the lane here. Alright. So, Nick Scott, we know is a liability out there right now. We know he's one of our two kryptonite pieces on this defense because it has happened consistently every single game where he has played undisciplined football out there and gotten lazy and jogged. So, my whole thing is, I think it may be time to move on from this dude at the end of the year. I would downgrade him and put Lathan in his spot for now. But there's no need to cut him, mid-season. I know a lot of people want to cut him mid-season, but he's also a decent special teamer too. Y'all forget about that. Nobody thinks about special teams. Oh no. No. No one even considers that. When the last three games, special teams has made blunders. So now people are starting to pay attention to special teams because you're forcing them to pay attention to special teams because they're making blunders. So here's the thing. I don't see a reason to cut Nick Scott this year during midseason, and the team doesn't either. But we can't keep playing him back there, as a safety help for Mike Jack against these good wide receivers like Jaden Waddle. Who was it that beat us this Sunday? I keep forgetting his name. Princeton, right? All right, so these are good wide receivers he's battling, in the past 3 weeks. So it's not like he isn't being challenged. But he needs safety help, and Nick Scott is not providing it. And it's pissing me off. Because that's your one job, Nick. That's your one job. If you're going to play on this defense, and not just special teams, you need to cover people. That means, yes, you need to come out of your coverage if you need to. If you see a ball carrier coming your direction, you don't stand there like a freaking frozen statue. You go and tackle it. You get angry. You go tackle him. You get pumped. You bring out the beast in you, and you go tackle him. That's what I need to see out of you, Nick. Bring out the beast in you. Because I ain't seen it yet. I ain't seen it yet, man. All I'm seeing is somebody that's just putting on a uniform and saying, oh, okay, let's get away with a whole bunch of crap during a game. But then I saw you run tackle. And I said, hold up a minute. He does still have value. So for all the people that are trashing Nick Scott, pump the brakes for a second. Because just for a second, and listen to me. He does have value. He can run stop. He can tackle. But when it comes to coverage, it ain't there. That dude could not cover a beach ball. That's what I'm concerned about. And that's why we need to move on from him and upgrade at the end of the offseason. Right now it's fine. We can have him out there as a run stopper, in certain packages, but I don't want to see him covering anybody back there anymore. I need Lathan back there because I've seen enough. The dude can't cover a beach ball, and it's evident. So, while he does have his weaknesses, yes, he has his strengths too. And that's what I was trying to point out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to recognize that, yes, there are reasons why he is still here. It's not just because he's a special teamer. Yes, he can run stop too. He's a violent tackler on run stops. Didn't he get a tackle for a loss? I think he got a tackle for a loss in that game. I know he stopped some runs. I know that. Critical tackles at the line of scrimmage or somewhere near the line of scrimmage. So I said, okay, Nick Scott's got some value, but how much value? That's the problem. That's why we got to dig into this and say, what are we going to do with him? We got to ask that question now. What are we going to do with him? Are we going to allow him to stay in coverage, and giving up these touchdowns while reaping the benefits of run stopping? Or are we only going to put him in run stopping packages, on blitzes, on situations where we bring an extra man, I think that he could be beneficial in those blitz packages, but don't leave him out of coverage, please. You can play him in blitz packages and not play him back in coverage and put Lathan back there. You can do that. That is the thing you can do. I don't see anybody in the NFL saying you can't do that in any Pro Bowl. So that's what I'm saying. That's the adjustment I would make to make Nick Scott work. To where we can keep him until the end of the year until we can upgrade. But we do eventually want to upgrade there, I think. Much love to Nick. He has spent a lot of years with us, and I do value that time that he has spent with us, in that 4-3, and just doing what he does, in the 4-3 and special teams. He has been a special teams captain several times over. So, let's not ignore that. But, what are we doing with him on defense? Because there was a reason why he was sitting on the bench on the defensive unit. And only on special teams was he played. There's a reason for it. And it's because of exactly what we're seeing on Sunday. Because that got exposed by Dallas. And by the Dolphins. And by the Patriots. So, and dare I say it, the Jaguars and the Cardinals too. They all saw it. The Falcons didn't. Somehow, because they were playing such trash football that day, that they didn't take advantage of it. But, we do need to do something with Nick, though. What we're doing right now cannot continue. Because it's giving up 7 points a game against quality wide receivers. When Mike Jack is put up against quality wide receivers and Nick Scott is failing to do his job on his side of the field, that's 7 points, y'all. A game. We need to quit letting them get that. We need to quit allowing that. While I do love Nick Scott as a person, that has nothing to do with his talent on the field. His talent on the field, Well, I do like him as a special teamer. Well, I do like him as a run stopper. Because he demonstrated that to me Sunday. And to a lot of people on Sunday. And that he can tackle. You know, everybody knew he could tackle. He could do that on special teams. That's not new. But the fact that he was a run stopper, that's new. That's what people didn't know that he could do. So he demonstrated that on Sunday. So that is a step forward for him, but it's not enough. What we're asking him to do in the current role he's in is to cover as a safety. That's the problem. He's not doing that. So, as we continue to dive into these players in these roles that they're in, we have to consider the fact that maybe we need to change the roles up. Because it worked with Trevin Wallace and Rosebloom, maybe it could work with him. If we start changing the roles up on Nick Scott and we say, okay, let's put Lathan, in coverage situations.
There are police reported ahead.
And use Nick Scott in blitz situations. I think you could save him until the end of the year. I think you could keep him on this roster until the end of the year. I think there's a strong, strong possibility of that working. If you're running a 3-4, that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? We're supposed to be run stopping. So put him into blitz situations. He needs to be our blitz runner, to seal off the edge. And if he fails to seal off the edge, then that's when you start really putting in Lathan in those roles and saying, okay, Lathan needs these roles. It's time to put him in full time. But only until you see him fail to set the edge and fail to run stop like he just did on Sunday. You see what I mean? That's when you start to say, okay, yeah, it's definitely time to move on from Nick and upgrade from there. But only until then. Only until then. But I think this could work. I think it could. Now, I've heard a lot about Mike Jack this week. Let's get into Mike Jack and this, and we will also have Nick Scott involved in this conversation too. So, don't think I'm done talking about Nick Scott yet, because he is about to become a pivotal part of what we're talking about. All right. Now, I don't know how many of y'all caught this in the post-game stream, but I was talking about how we forced Dak Prescott to throw it to 3 people. Only 3. The tight end, Pickens, and 1 other player. That's it. The rest of them got 1 or 2 catches each. That's it. We forced Dak to throw it there because of the linebacking crew that finally got their job done and finally played like they were capable of playing and maximized their potential on Sunday. This is why you saw that stat line look the way it does. Specifically why it looked the way it does. Now, Dallas was not expecting that, and that's why Dak Prescott was like, oh shoot, well I better not test J.C. Horn downfield. That takes away the deep ball. I better not test Chow Smith Wade, because that didn't end well the last time people tried that. So I got to try to chunk it underneath on these linebackers. So when you chunk it underneath on these linebackers, guess who shows up and gets pass deflections? Trevin Wallace and Rosewood. The two people you would not expect to get pass deflections got pass deflections this Sunday in those situations. And I was like, bravo. Bravo. Because that is stepping up your game, Trevin. I am proud of you. And Rosebloom, same to you. That is now an extra tool in your tool belt that you can use. And show people that you have more value than people think you do. Because up until that week, people thought you were trash. I even was starting to think that. And then you showed me that. And I said, okay, let's find out what you can do. Let's find out what you can really do now that you have shown us this. Because now you're going to be in increased roles when it comes to that situation. Now you're going to be forcing a number one wide receiver into these situations where he is being covered by J.C. Horn, so you're doing with the number two wide receiver with Mike Jack. With Mike Jack's weakness, and I don't like doing this. I never liked doing this, but it was brilliant. Using Mike Jack as bait. We used him as bait because we knew Pickens could ball. We knew that. That is doing your homework on Pickens. And I'm impressed with this coaching staff because they actually paid attention to him after I pointed him out. And I think they pointed him out too. They saw some stuff from the past couple of weeks. So maybe they saw the same things we did. And they said, hold up a minute. Let's use Mike Jack as bait. We know that he is having trouble on the breaks of these routes. You know, and that's my theory. I think he's got trouble with the breaks on the routes. Because every time he gets roasted by about 2 or 3 steps, it's because of those breaks. They're twisting his ankle out there, you know, without getting him injured. He is losing steps because he is not adjusting to those turns. So that's why I said, DB coach, get on it. You know what I mean? That's on you. Get on it. You know, help him out. And if you can course correct that, Mike Jack could go right back to the Mike Jack we saw last year. Easily. Because we know this dude can tackle. He's shown that. We know this dude can ball and pass the foot. He's already shown us this. You know? So why not lean into that knowledge and say, okay, Mike Jack's having a bad couple of games, and use that and put Pickney over there. You know, I can never get this guy's last name right because I don't have it in front of me. But I'm infamously bad at names. But you know who I'm talking about. Let's lure this wide receiver over to Mike Jack's side of the field and match him up over there, knowing that Nick Scott is having trouble too, and it will force Dak to throw it there, knowing that Dak is Dak. He's going to throw passes, he's going to complete passes. But how do you force a quarterback like that to do what you want him to do? You lure him. It's a trap. It's a trap. So I had to do it. Star Wars fan. But you see my point. We wanted him to throw it over there to complete his passes. You know? If he's going to complete passes, he has to complete them there. Because he's not getting them over the top on JC. He's not getting them against Chow Smith-Wade. He's not getting them, you know, short yardage stuff. You know, because the linebackers have shut that down. So where are you going to throw it? Guess what? Pickens. Because you know that that's a weakness. That's how he got the yards he did. And it made Dak look like Dak. You know what I mean? But did they score more than what they did normally against the Packers? No, they didn't. Because we shut down half their offense. Because we knew they didn't have CD out there. We knew they didn't have Slayton out there. I'm sorry, not Slayton. Their number 2 wide receiver. We knew that they didn't have their top 2 wide receivers out there, and we took full advantage of it. I was thinking Slayton because of fantasy, sorry. I just dropped him because he's not doing anything right now. But we knew that CD was not on the field to take most of these catches, because otherwise JC would be on CD. I mean, nobody disputes that. Nobody argues that. That's an automatic route stopper right there. Is JC versus CD. You know? And in that case, Dak will throw a few of them over there to try to test the waters with JC after he knows he can't get anything on the other side of the field. Because CD is his favorite wide receiver, right? That's who he likes to throw to. Okay, so you take away CD, you take away the second wide receiver that he has. Who do you have left? You have Pickens. And with JC locking down the other wide receiver, he has to throw it to Pickens. He has to. He has no other choice. There's nothing over the middle. Where are you going to go with it? So we forced Dak to throw it exactly where we wanted it to throw it, you know, in order to get his completions that we know he was going to get anyway. Because he's Dak. Brilliant strategy. I don't know who came up with it, but brilliant strategy. I want to give credit to whoever came up with that idea, because I loved it. Because that shut down half their offense right there. That shut half their offense down right there. Because let's take this into consideration, folks. If we were playing our old style of defense like we did in the first 3 games, they would have racked up 40 against us. They don't need CD for that. They don't need their second wide receiver for that. They could have done that with Pickens. They could have pulled a Julio Jones on Mike Jack and got 200 yards and got touchdown after touchdown after touchdown on us. You know, and put up 40 points. Let's be real. Y'all know I'm telling the truth about that because you're seeing it yourselves with the Patriots. And these were average wide receivers in New England. Average. If even average wide receivers were doing that against our secondary back then, you know, they didn't need CD for that if we were playing that type of defense. You don't need the second wide receiver of Dallas for that. You could do that with Pickens and a couple of other wide receivers that you still have on your roster. And your tight end will eat up space, you know? That's not rocket science to figure that out. But we recognized that this was the center point of their offense. And we cornered him. We put him right where we wanted him. Versus the specific matchup we wanted, while locking down the other wide receivers. So when you make Dak Prescott one-dimensional with his passing game, guess what happens? Yes, he gets yards. Yes, he gets completions. But is he getting 40 points? No. That's the point I'm trying to make to people that don't seem to understand this matchup of Mike Jack versus Pickens. And I wanted to explain that in full details so that people would understand. Who am I talking about? Who are you talking about, Pac-Man? Specifically, who are you talking about? Go to chat. I did see the comments, sorry. I am driving, so I won't get to see all the comments. So if you guys keep it to short comments and, you know, keep it slow on the chat wheel, okay? Keep it slow so I can read a few of these, you know, but if I miss them, I miss them. But I did see that one, and I appreciate y'all keeping it chill in the chat, you know, so that I can read messages every once in a blue moon when I have the time. I am driving, so I don't want to try to read too many of them. Otherwise, I'm distracted, you know what I mean? But, yeah, who specifically are you talking about, Pac-Man? Because whoa, that car just ran right in front of that freaking truck. Just cut right in front of it. Like it was NASCAR. Y'all gotta stop this, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. There's some dangerous drivers out here. But, I think it was a brilliant strategy. Whoever came up with that idea needs to be credited. And I'm very, very pleased. Because it worked. It absolutely worked. How do you limit a 300-yard passer, you know, in a game like that? How do you even begin to do that with all the weapons that Dak has? Take advantage of what's not there. Brilliant. You lure it into a trap and you force him to throw it where you want him to throw it. Dallas was not counting on those linebackers to do what they did. They thought they had these guys read in film study. No, no, no. No, you didn't. These linebackers said, not today. Bro, why are you carrying pallets of wood and you're in the fast lane? Thank you. Get the heck out of the way, bro. Freaking brain dead monkey. Anyway. Get him past this truck. I'll continue talking. Hold on. Sometimes I gotta just focus on driving. You know what I mean? We get other people out of my way. There you go. Y'all wanna go 80? Y'all wanna go 80? Go for it. Go for it. No! No! Daytona 500 out here on 385. God, man. People are crazy, man. Anyway. Man. I'll continue to say it. The state of the Carolina Panthers right now is strong. We're moving forward. You know what I mean? We're progressing. We're doing the things we're supposed to do in the last 2 weeks. And we have shown that this is not a fluke. This is real. And so now that we have shown that this is real and not a fluke, we need to continue to do this at a high level. So realistically, that means finding ways to keep pushing these quarterbacks, keep doing what we've been doing, and figure it out. You know what I mean? I'm really happy. I think that there's an opportunity here to get to 9 wins, 10 wins, and to try to take this division back. I think it's there. But you've got to take the win. You've got to earn them. Our next opportunity is the Jets. Do not underestimate the Jets. I've been saying this, and I'll continue to say this. Do not underestimate the Jets. That record does not fool me at all. Not one bit in the slightest. That offense is good, man. That's a top 12 offense when it is playing well. Do not mistake that record as being who they are. If you do that, and if you come in there and you act like, oh, this game ain't no big deal, and you take the L and we play like we did against the Patriots, we become the laughingstock of the league again. I'm warning y'all right now, do not become that team again. Do not do it. We are better than this. We have shown it in the last 2 weeks. Do not have a letdown game against the Jets. I'm telling you right now, if we have that letdown game against the Jets, somebody's getting fired. And it's going to be a gyro. So, do not have a letdown game against the Jets. That is unacceptable. Now, they have a horrendous defense. This is what we can take advantage of. We can put up 30 points against them. Easy. Easy work. 30 points. Just like the Dallas team, you know, just like the Dolphins. 30 points. I mean, I don't want to see a turnover happen again at all from this point forward. Now that you have demonstrated you can play mistake-free ball and not turn the ball over, now I want you to play like that for the rest of the year. If you can. Hold that up for as long as you can. Succeed with that for as long as you can. Alright, so we can beat the Jets. I'm not saying we can't beat the Jets, but what I'm saying is that record does not fool me. And I want people to understand that. So when we go into this Jets game and we look at the offense of theirs, how are we going to stop Justin Fields? Do we have enough information about how he runs his offense to be able to stop him? Because each quarterback is different. You have to tailor your defensive scheme against each specific quarterback that you are facing. So Justin Fields may not be playing that same scheme that Dak Prescott was. You know, he's not Dak Prescott. He's his own quarterback. So you have to treat him as his own quarterback. As him. Specifically. So, what type of offense is Justin Fields running? If I had to guess, an RPO, because a lot of these either an RPO or a West Coast spread common in the league right now. That's what's popular, because just about every offense is running it, and whatever they're doing, it's working. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there with Justin Fields. I need to do a little research on him, and I need to see what's going on with Justin Fields' offense before I can say, oh yeah, Justin Fields' weaknesses are A, B, C, and D. You know what I mean? I need to really study this dude when I get back from Georgia. So I'll do that this week, and I'll see what we can come up with, and I'll have something by the previous stream for you guys. But for right now, I don't have anything for you because I don't know what I'm doing with Justin Fields yet. I've watched maybe 2 games of his. That's why I want to say it's one of those 2 systems, but I'm not 100% sure because I've seen plays from both. You know? So what I need is to understand who Justin Fields is, first of all, as a quarterback, because this is a new quarterback in Justin Fields versus the Justin Fields in Chicago. He's completely different now, you know? So you have to treat him as a different quarterback than what he was in Chicago. If you don't, you're fooling yourself. You know, you're playing yourself. So my whole thing is, we have a lot of opportunities to take advantage of some of these other quarterbacks on this roster. And if we can figure out who they are, what their style is, what they do, what they don't do, and we figure them out, we have a much, much higher chance of winning. By the time we play the Niners, Brock Purdy will be back. I'm betting. That's going to be a problem. Brock is a problem. Mac Jones is throwing some darts. So by the time we face the Niners, you know, Mac Jones will still be throwing some darts, even if Brock Purdy's not in. And Brock Purdy still throws darts too. So we're going to have a problem. We're going to have to approach that a lot differently. You know, plus we're dealing with CMC in that game. So there's a lot of different elements that are going to come into play once you get to some of these games later on. I don't want to look ahead too much. I want to deal with the Jets right now. You know, let's focus 100% on the Jets, and let's focus 100% on beating Justin Fields. Specifically on beating Justin Fields. And what I've heard is put pressure on him and he can't handle the pressure. So let's do that. Let's start there. I think if we send a couple more blitzes than we normally do against Justin Fields, we should have success. Now again, I think if we use that bait of Mike Jack, let's try that again. It seems to be working. Dallas fell for it. The Jets will probably fall for it. I could see Jordan Love falling for that. You know, that same bait. of Mike Jack, while shutting down the other wide receivers. But I can't guarantee it because I don't know Justin Fields. I don't know the new Justin Fields yet. So I can't guarantee that. But what I can say is that strat worked once. Can it work against Jordan Love? Possibly. Possibly. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? I don't want to speculate too much, but we need to keep an eye on those injury lists. You know what I mean? Going down the schedule. Keep an eye on those injury lists because that's what seems to be what we have used to take advantage of teams so far. And I like it. We've taken advantage of their weaknesses and what they don't have on the field. And it takes an eye for detail on how to use the talent we have against that, So respect to the coaching staff on that. So there are certain things the coaching staff is doing right, and that is one of them. Do I want to fully invest into this coaching staff right now? No, because they have shown me reasons not to, but they've also shown me good things too. So I mean, it's at that point where I'm not ready to throw half the staff out like everybody wants to do right now because of the last two games. But there are a lot of things that they all do, all three of them, that piss me off too. So, it's kind of a I don't know what type of analogy to use here to really describe how I feel about that. Maybe it's that ex-wife that you want back, but it's not good for you. You know what I mean? And yet you still go for it anyway, knowing that it's not going to work. And that was Frank. That was Frank Wright. For Matt Rule, it was kind of, okay, let's try something fresh out of the kitchen that we think could work. He's a fast-talking salesman. He comes into the office and yap. This is what I want to do for the team. Doesn't work. Okay, so now you say, let's bring in Dave Canales. Dave Canales has found success in Tampa Bay. He's not just talking about it, he's doing it. But when he loses, there's a lack of execution. Lack of execution. It's like, come on, bro. Like, that broken record is starting to piss me off now. When it comes to losing games. I love the fact that we're winning games. I do. But when we're losing games, please stop that lack of execution narrative. Because it's not the players. It's you. It's you too, bro. You have to share a small percentage of that too. Because you're supposed to be coaching these players. Now, I hate to use this analogy, but here we go. For all the people that think I'm Clemson biased right now, cover your ears. But the people that really want to hear this need to hear this. Because this is the difference between a coach and a ball coach. Okay? A coach will whine about lack of execution, what these players aren't doing, yada, 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 and be like, okay, we're gonna get in the room and we're gonna talk about it, blah, 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 and not do crap. That's a coach. Now a ball coach is Dabo Swinney. Why I say that, and the media's got this flip-flopped, as they usually do. The man goes 1-3, loses to Syracuse, and goes, are y'all tired of winning? Because I can turn this team right back around. But do you want it? Do you want it right now? Are you still on board with me? Because I can go coach somewhere else. I can go to the beach. But I ain't retiring. I'm going to coach somewhere. But it ain't going to be here. Are you tired of winning? And guess what he does? He comes back out and he wins. He wins.
There are police reported ahead.
Guess what? Clemson gets 2 more wins after that. Those losses pissed them off, and they won. But guess what else Dabo did that y'all didn't pay attention to? Because y'all don't pay attention to Clemson anymore. Oh, they're not ranked anymore. They're not relevant anymore, so we're not paying attention to them. Okay. Here's what Dabo did when they lost. He took accountability for his part of the loss. That's what I'm trying to get you to do, Dave. Because you have to recognize your part of the loss. If you don't recognize your part of the loss, then you're bound to keep repeating it. It's as simple as that. You're never going to admit to it if you don't know it exists. And people have been pointing it out to you week after week after week when we do lose games. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't want to hear the lack of execution spiel again when we do lose games. So if we do lose to Buffalo, which I think we probably will, because Buffalo will get it together next week, and then they'll come back and hit us hard, the following week. So I do think we will lose to Buffalo, but there is a chance that we could win. There is a chance. That's all I'm saying. There's a chance. And if we do win, to the victor goes the spoils. But if we do lose, I don't want to hear the lack of execution spiel because of what I just said. And then don't have your players lie to you for your job. Okay? That's the other thing. Don't have the players lie to protect your job. Because players were doing the same thing with Ron Rivera back then. You had Derek Brown doing the same thing with Dave Canales. And I said, Derek, let this man drown in his own mistakes. If he's going to make mistakes as the head coach, let him drown in them. If you're going to lose games, let him drown in it. But if you're going to find success, let him swim in it. You know what I'm saying? There's the other side of it. There's the other side. So once again, a proper ball coach will say, I'm going to take responsibility for my actions and my part in the loss. And then change it the following week and do something about it. And guess what? Clemson is now 3-3. That's the point of my story. And guess what? When you stop complaining about the players' lack of execution, guess what happens, Dave? The players decide, screw you, I'm going to do what we need to do to win. They called a players-only meeting, and they won. That's funny, man. That's funny how that works, isn't it? Isn't it, Dave? State trooper. Just playing. Nah, I see like 5 of them today, which is wild. That's freaking wild, man. But yeah, imagine that. Imagine not complaining about lack of execution and actually getting into a room with these players and saying, okay, I'm going to help myself accountable too. And here's how we're going to change this. Here's how we're going to course correct. Here's how we're going to fix this. And guess what? We won We used smart football to defeat the Cowboys. Imagine that. Imagine that. We used smart football to defeat the Cowboys. Now imagine what else we can do with smart football and not dumb football moves. Just something to think about from this point forward. What did you learn, Dave? You learned to stop complaining, and you learned to start fixing. And you learned to start taking accountability for your part in it. Oh, gee, I don't know why we lost to the Patriots. That's the old Dave Canales. The Dave Canales that I'm seeing right now went back in the film room and said, you know what? Yeah, I am responsible for wasting our time out. Yes, I am responsible for not coaching these guys and putting them in the proper positions. Yes, I am responsible for player personnel. Yes, I am responsible for not using the time clock correctly. And guess what? He changed it. He changed it. And guess what resulted of it? 2 wins. Any coach can become a ball coach. Any coach can become a ball coach, but it can work the other way around too. Any ball coach can also become a regular coach and start whining and complaining about the things he doesn't have. And that is what gets those coaches fired. That's what happened to Ron Rivera. Plus the year of the cancer messing with his personality too. That didn't help either. That definitely didn't help him. So I think there's a lot more to coaching than people think there is. You know, and there's a lot more to strategizing in this game than people think there is. And when you use proper strategy, if you use common football logic, if you use common sense and smart football decisions, you will start to see results. And you saw on Sunday against the Cowboys. And that's why I honestly believe that was our best game so far this year. That was our best game so far this year. No, it wasn't the Falcons. The Falcons game, the Falcons were trash. Everybody's going to say, oh, the Falcons game was the best game of the year. Nope. Try again. Because this game against the Cowboys, we course corrected on so many things, and we used common football logic. Imagine that. Imagine using all of those elements and understanding that you can take full advantage of that, of an opponent, by knowing what they don't have and using it against them. That is football chess right there. That is football chess at its finest. And that is what these coaches do every week. That is their job. They have to manipulate the pieces around the board and put them in the right spots in order to win the game. Period. From that point on, it's up to the players. Yes, you have control of the clock. Yes, you have control of the timeouts. Yes, you have control of a challenge flag. But the rest is up to the players. And to a degree, I can see where Dave Canales is coming from lack of execution. But you can't keep using that as a crutch. Dave, you can't keep using that as a crutch every time we lose. That's what I'm saying. And we're not going to win every game this year from this point forward. But we can win another 6 games or 7. And this is why I need you to pay attention, Dave, because you can't be coaching like that when you lose. You can't employ that crybaby coaching, crutch of lack of execution. Shut up with that. I'm done with it. I'm fed up with it and I'm done with it. Use something else, please. Because you're starting to piss me off with that. But when we win, it's because we made smart decisions. See the difference, Dave? See the difference, buddy? This is what I'm trying to get you to see, man. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand, Dave. Because you can improve that. You can do better in that area as a coach. There are ways that players improve, and there are ways that coaches improve. That's the way that you can improve as a coach. And I need to see that happen, please, because I'm done watching that. When we take L's. Yes, we're going to see some wins, but we're also going to see a few L's too this year. That can't be your attitude when you come into the press room. I'm sorry, it just cannot. You can't keep using the players as your crutch. So that's my rant, you know what I mean? But there's so many good things to focus on with this team, though, and so many good ways that they have exceeded everybody's expectations and done what they're supposed to do, and succeeded with it. And I'm like, wow, like we have that type of talent, like we've been thinking that we had from the very beginning. I never doubted the level of talent. I never doubted that. Dave Canales didn't either. It was putting the pieces in the right spots, and that was his coaching right there that he failed to do in the first 4 weeks, that he is now doing correctly. So as you course correct, what did we learn? Can we apply that knowledge from this point on in this season to next season to the following season? How do we apply that knowledge from this point on? How do we show people that, yes, this is for real, and continue to show it? Not just this week, but next week, and then the following week, and then the following week after that. How do we continue to show that? Improve to people that this is legitimate, and that we do have a very, very, very real shot at this division title this year. Because the Falcons are crashing out at times, the Saints are horrible, and the Buccaneers have lost a couple of games. This is our window of opportunity this year. if you look at the Buccaneers schedule, there are a few games where they can crash. There is an opportunity. There is a window. Do you want it bad enough? And this team in the last 2 weeks has shown me that they want it. They have shown all of us that they want it. They sent a message that they want it in the last 2 weeks with these W's. And I am proud of each and every one of them for making that commitment and saying, yes, we do want to win. We do want this division title back. And it has been way, way, way too long since we have won a crown. Way too long. It is time to finally take back what is ours. What is rightfully ours in the NFC South. It is time to fight for it and earn it. Scratch, claw, bite, whatever we got to do. But we are getting that division crown back. Period. I am fed up with watching this team fail year after year after year after year and watching this crown go to somebody else. It is time to start taking it back. We have the talent, we have the skills, let's take it back. The players want it. This coaching staff wants it. The fans want it desperately. It's time to take it back. It is time to make that run and take this crown back. Has shown me that this team is capable of it. We are ready. I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up. This team is ready, man. This team is ready. What is going on with this traffic? Oh, this is Atlanta traffic. Holy crap. Alright. I'm just 30 minutes outside of enemy territory of Atlanta. Proudly wearing my gear. Sending a message to them dirty birds that we are taking this crown back and you are not going to stop us. This is our time, man. This is our time. I love seeing all the memes of Dallas fans crashing out, man. It's hilarious. All these trash talkers crashing out, man. Oh, we're the best team. We're the America's team. Shut up. You just got humbled. Take the L. Take the L. You bunch of crybabies. Take the L and move on. Do y'all realize that the Cowboys are just a defense away from being a major playoff contender? Do you realize that? I don't think people realize that. And just because you didn't have CeeDee Lamb and that other wide receiver in there does not mean that Dallas could not be a big, big problem offensively. So all you have to do is get a defense going, Dallas. That's it. And you are a problem again. Imagine that. Oh, but you know, you need to fire your defensive coordinator. I shouldn't even have to tell you that. You should have figured that out a long time ago. Because this dude has no idea what the heck he's doing. So, with that being the case, That being the case, we got our W, and it was a legitimate one. But we got a lot of work to do still. We got a lot of work ahead of us, but we are on the right path. And I am so excited to see what we do next. I'm so hyped to see what we do next. Because this team has that potential. They have the ability. They have the skills. And they can do it. I can't wait to see a W against the Jets and a chance to get a W against the Bills. This team is ready to become a major problem in the NFC. We are going to be that wrench thrown in the cogs of everybody in the NFC. We have that potential. And we're starting to become that team right now that is derailing people's hopes of doing things. But we need to continue to do that and not sleep on that opportunity to be able to do that. We have the potential to take back this crown. But do we want it? Choice is yours, Panthers. Choice is yours. You either want it or you don't. And they have shown me in the last 2 weeks that they want it. So, I think as we continue down this path, we need 2 wins that we were not previously getting in order to get this back on track towards getting this division title. And I think it has to be Green Bay, and I think it has to be the Rams. I think those are the 2. I don't see Buffalo as being one of them. And I'm circling that Seattle game at the end of the year too, because that's the one that's going to be critical. Because after that game, Tampa will then have tape on us from when we played them and also when Seattle played them in December. That's a problem. They will easily adjust to a lot of our strategies at that point. So we have to come out there and pull a 180. But that's in December. We have a lot of work to do before we get there. And I think by the time we get there, we could have 9 or 10 wins. It is possible. We just have a lot to do. And I'm excited. I'm excited that we are finally starting to be able to have these types of conversations, you know, about where this team could be going again. Because, excuse me, my eyes watering. Y'all forgive me if I keep wiping it. We had a lot of momentum going into this Jets game. We have a lot of potential. That much is definitely clear. How will we use that potential as we go forward? Will we continue to do what we're doing, or will we fail to do what we're doing? You know, going forward. Will we learn, or will we continue to make some dumb football moves? I'd say the first one on all of those. Because from what I've seen in the last 2 weeks, it can be done. And now that you've shown me it can be done for 2 consecutive weeks, now I'm going to believe that. Now I'm going to buy into that narrative. I'm going to buy into that story that you were trying to sell me. Because I see a future where we fight for a division crown this year. And I'm in Atlanta right now. Screw you, dirty birds! Screw you!
There's a 7-minute slowdown caused by construction in 5 miles. You're still on the fastest route.
It's a beautiful feeling driving into enemy territory knowing we beat them. And we beat the brakes off of them. It's a beautiful feeling. I'm in the ATL. I'm in the ATL. Oh, man. What are y'all doing? God dang, man. Stop. Driving for a second. So I'm about at my exit. But yeah, the state of the Carolina Panthers is strong after the last 2 weeks. And we will continue to keep it strong as we continue to find that measuring bar against the Bills and other teams of that talent level, and the Packers, and we will succeed. I see a future where we fight for that division crown with 9 or 10 wins. Let's go claim it. Let's go claim it, gentlemen. Shout out to everybody that's been in my chat today. I appreciate you guys. Much love to you. You are fantastic people, and I hope you do great things today and every day. Find something positive to do that impacts other people around you today. That's my challenge for you. That's my challenge. If you manage to do that, you will succeed. And you will impact people around you. Be the best versions of yourself that you can be today. Keep pounding through whatever struggles you are facing. Keep pounding through whatever it might be. And let's celebrate with this team, man. Go get yourself some Krispy Kreme donuts and celebrate with this team, man. I love it. I love it. I love what we have built. But we still got work to do. Do y'all know that the Super Bowl will be played in 2028 in Atlanta? Think about that for a minute. Think about that. If we stay on schedule, we could be going to the Super Bowl in Atlanta. And everybody's going to pull up in 28. Think about that. Let that sink in for a minute. Let it sink in, y'all. 2 years removed from a Super Bowl run. And one of the most fun Super Bowl runs we will ever have. You with me? Thank you. ready to begin? That's my question for you. Are we ready to begin? Let's start. And let's keep pounding. Does anybody have any questions of any players or any topics that you would like to discuss? I'm available for another probably 10-15 minutes, but I'm probably going to get off stream because my buddy was trying to hit me up, so that I'm going out here to meet. So, but yeah, I'm in the ATL 30-0. 30-0. Oh, y'all hating, Dirty Birds. Y'all hating. Y'all hating birds. They dumb birds. They hating birds. Ah. Man, it's fun. Man, it's fun. When you're driving into enemy territory, you know you won that game. That's a beautiful feeling, man. It's a beautiful feeling. We haven't felt that in a while, have we? It's been a while. It's been a while. Let's continue that. We're going on the road to New York. Let's go get that dub. Let's go get that dub. I'm proud of this Panthers team, man. Proud of y'all. Keep it going. Now I'm gonna tell you something. We have a love-hate relationship with this with this team sometimes. But end of the day, we just gotta keep doing what we're doing. Okay, what are you doing? Are you trying to get over? What are you doing? Alright, I am in heavy Atlanta traffic, but I gotta focus on driving, so I'm gonna get off here. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, so like leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page, Keep Pounding in all caps, for in-game posts, polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL news. So it's the scheduling for the channel and for the Yahoo Sports app, Keep Pounding Fantasy Football League. Still to come on the channel, we got the Blueprints stream coming up soon, within the next week or two. I haven't scheduled it yet, so we're going to get that going soon. I'll schedule that when I come back from Atlanta tomorrow. And preview stream coming as well. And of course the game time stream at 1 o'clock versus the New York Jets in New York. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys had fun with the content today. These are the types of streams I want to do, man, because they're so much fun. You know, everybody is enjoying themselves, and you know, we've got wins, and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Anyway, thank you so much for the support for the channel. We love you guys so much. We had representatives at the game against Dallas of our channel, as well as Blitz himself. So I'm glad y'all enjoyed the game. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the win. You got your money's worth. Those were high-priced tickets, man. High-priced tickets. But we got the dub. And we're going to continue to stack that. Y'all ready to stack that? We ready to stack that. Let's go, Panthers. Woo! Row, row, row. Appreciate y'all.
There are police reported ahead.
Keep pounding, baby.